What is going on, everybody? It is Handles, and today we'll be going through the story of LeBron James. I haven't done a come up story in a while, and I thought who's better to do than LeBron James, who is arguably the greatest basketball player of all time. Every time you watch him play, you are witnessing history, and it will be hard for one day the greatest basketball player of this generation will retire. It's hard to think of a league without LeBron James being at the top, and that's why he's the greatest. But LeBron wasn't always the greatest. He actually had a very tough time rising to the top. Even when he was in the NBA, it wasn't so easy. But as always, I always give two shoutouts to my Instagram followers. So shout out to Aaron Leasy and John K. Dugan. You guys show me a tons of support and it really means a lot. And remember, if you want a shout out, all you gotta do is follow me on Instagram. But anyways guys, this is the amazing story of LeBron James. LeBron was born on December 30th, 1984 in Akron, Ohio. His mother, Gloria James, was only ready to raise a baby. As for LeBron James' biological father, there's this huge conspiracy behind it. There is Roland Bivens, who looks exactly like LeBron and went to the same high school as Gloria, and Anthony McKellen, who Gloria has said to be LeBron's father, but there is no picture evidence of him. Then there's people who think Roland Bivens and Anthony McKellen are the same people, but whoever his father is, we'll never know. All we know that he is an ex-con and wanted nothing to do with Gloria and LeBron. As for LeBron's opinion on his father, he said that his only father figure is his mom, and that's all he needs. But life was really a struggle for LeBron and his mother. Gloria was bouncing from job to job and apartments to friends' apartments. She even had to deal with the passing of her own mother. She just never could find any steady work. But despite all of this, Gloria was a loving mother and always tried to shield LeBron from the poverty and violence. But of course, even that was hard. By the time LeBron was in grade 4, he spent nearly 2/3 of his life without a home, being kicked out of his friends' apartments, and even constantly having to sleep in a car with his mom. But Gloria did like to go out a lot. She often left LeBron to supervise himself, and most of the time LeBron chose not to go to school, just to stay at home, play video games, go to a convenience store, and basically live on food stamps. Until one day, a man named Bruce Kelker, who was looking for new players for his rec football team, pulled up to a parking lot and noticed a young LeBron playing tag with his friends. He went to them and asked them if they liked football. LeBron replied, "That's my favorite sport." So Kelker asked James and his friends to line up for a 100-yard race. He said that the winner gets to be the team's running back. And what was the result of that race? LeBron ended up winning by over 15 yards. So Kelker really wanted LeBron on his team and told him where to meet for practice. As he was saying that, his mother stopped Kelker and told him that she couldn't afford any of the equipment or take him to the practices. And Kelker replied with that he'll take care of everything and even pick up LeBron for practices and games. Now that's just crazy. For someone to notice LeBron's insane talent at such a young age and willing to do anything just for him to be on his team is just crazy. So after a few months of constantly picking up LeBron, Kelker got tired of finding out time and time again that they have moved once again. So he offered for them to live with him and his girlfriend, and they both agreed. So Gloria and LeBron moved in with Kelker. As time moved forward, LeBron was clearly the best player on the field at all times. LeBron scored 19 touchdowns in only 6 games in his first year of Pee Wee football. And it wasn't long until other parents were demanding to see LeBron's birth certificate because he was taller, stronger, and much faster than everyone. But James was shy at the time. He was just so embarrassed about his home life that he would have a lot of trouble even making friends. So when he found out when the parents were complaining about him, he would always duck his head down and bend his knees so no one would notice how tall he was. Kelker then told him to stand tall and be proud, and that really gave LeBron some motivation. So after another few months, Kelker's girlfriend grew tired of having 4 people live in their apartment, so James and Gloria were forced to move out and live on their own once again. So a few months passed by and LeBron had basically dropped out of 4th grade. He barely ever attended class anymore. So Kelker confronted Gloria and Kelker suggested for LeBron to move in with someone else, and Gloria agreed that he needed more of a stable environment. So now here comes someone who's really important in LeBron's life. Someone who LeBron now considers his godfather, Frankie Walker. Gloria wasn't able to move in with her son so she stayed with a friend while LeBron moved out and lived with Walker. Walker and his wife had 3 kids. One of those kids would end up as one of LeBron's best friends, Frankie Walker Jr. He and LeBron shared a room together. But Walker was a big influence on LeBron for basketball. He's the one who taught him the basics. But of course, as anyone's first time playing basketball, LeBron was terrible. Walker made him face his son, Frankie Jr. in a one-on-one, and LeBron lost 21-7. I know, just hearing that LeBron lost in a one-on-one basketball game is pretty crazy. But Walker still stuck by him and was determined to get him better. LeBron by grade 5 was a beast. Nobody could stop him. LeBron and his friends were becoming very well known across Akron at this point, but they finally made the national scene when they qualified for the 6th grade and under National AAU Championship in 1997. 2 years later, they went to the finals of the 8th grade and under AAU Championship. They lost in the finals 68-66, but the big story of the entire thing was LeBron's amazing play. So 8th grade was over, and LeBron and 3 of his teammates and best friends, Cian, Drew, and Willie, decided to stick together and all go to St. Vincent St. Mary's High School in downtown Akron. In his freshman year, LeBron was now 6'3" and led St. Mary's to a perfect 27-0 record. He was averaging 18.1 points and was among the leaders on his team in rebounds, assists, and steals. His stats were insane considering he was only a freshman. But LeBron didn't forget about football. He continued to play it until his junior season, where he fractured his index finger. He decided to keep the fracture low-key until the season ended, but he realized this would be his last season in football if he really wanted to pursue basketball. But in LeBron's junior year of football, he racked up more than 1,000 yards, 52 receptions, and 15 touchdowns, and was named All-Ohio. So yeah, LeBron maybe could have even pursued football if he wanted to. But by now, word was growing around the entire USA about a phenom kid who could be the next Michael Jordan. LeBron was so popular that even Michael Jordan invited him to a workout with other NBA players. And with so much hype around him, Nike and Adidas were both battling to try and sign him. Offers were up to $25 million. Yeah, that's insane for just a high school player. But LeBron was just that good. It was basically impossible for him to not become some sort of NBA superstar at this point. Like, every time he played, it looked like he was playing with a bunch of kids because it was so easy for him. Nobody could stop him. It was like an NBA superstar playing with a bunch of high school players. But LeBron won another state title in his sophomore year, now growing to 6'7", but his team lost in the state final in his junior year. But that didn't stop him from being named the best player in the country. And by the end of his senior year, LeBron won his 3rd state title and finished the season averaging 30.4 points, 9.7 rebounds, and 4.9 assists. LeBron was at the peak. He was on the cover of Sports Illustrated and on ESPN. Everyone knew his name. He would always draw in crowds of more than 15,000. NBA players like Allen Iverson would attend his games. ESPN also always had all of his home games on pay-per-view. He was just that popular. And at this point, it was LeBron's decision to either enter college or enter the 2003 NBA draft. And he decided to enter the draft, and the first pick ended up being awarded to his hometown Cleveland. They drafted him number 1 straight out of high school. But now you would think, oh, this is it. This is where the hardship ended. But no, LeBron actually had a very rough rookie season. By rough, I don't mean stats. I mean his teammates didn't exactly like him very much. They didn't believe in the hype about LeBron. His teammates, and most notably Carlos Boozer, always said there were better players at LeBron's position on the team already. Now that does sound pretty crazy now, but his teammates legit thought that. It's even said that during team practices, LeBron would be shooting free throws all alone and never with any teammates. So yeah, his teammates didn't really like him very much. But there was only one guy on the team who LeBron actually developed a friendship with. That was Zydrunas Ilgauskas, or otherwise known as Big Z. He was basically the only one who was nice to him, and pretty much the reason why LeBron attended his jersey retirement at Cleveland even though he was with Miami at the time. So as years went by and many failed attempts at bringing a championship home to Cleveland, but still dominating the NBA and clearly the best player even though he wasn't awarded the MVP every season, LeBron made his big decision by announcing to the world with the Miami Heat in 2010. This is basically where LeBron became the villain of the NBA, kinda like what Kevin Durant is now. But LeBron did end up winning 2 championships in Miami and said some pretty inspirational words after he won them.
I'm LeBron James from Akron, Ohio, from the inner city. I'm not even supposed to be here. That's enough. Every night I walk into the locker room, I see a number 6 with James on the back. I'm blessed. So what everybody say about me off the court don't matter. I ain't got no words.
Then finally in 2014, he made his big return to Cleveland, promising everyone he would bring a championship to them. After one failed season, losing to the Warriors in the NBA Finals, the very next, he fulfilled his promise to bring a championship to Cleveland by amazingly coming back from a 3-1 deficit in the finals to the 73-9 Warriors. That is a huge accomplishment. Nobody thought LeBron was going to win that series. The Warriors were heavily favored, but that accomplishment just adds to LeBron's insane career. LeBron now is coming into his 15th season in the NBA and is still widely agreed as the best player in the NBA right now. The Cavaliers added a bunch of pieces this season and are hoping they can somehow beat the Warriors. But anyways guys, that's the story of LeBron James. He really is a player that could win MVP every season, but doesn't because it will get boring for one person to constantly win it. But he really did grow up having it really hard. I'm just glad he did what his father couldn't and be a great dad to his own kids. But anyways guys, that's the video for today. I hope you all enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel, follow me on Instagram and all that good stuff. And as always, till next time, I'm Handles.